Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy, and this is obviously an entry onto the Seeds playlist. This will be the second review. We will be taking a look at one that I'm very familiar with because it is basically at this point in time, and has been for a number of months, my go-to. That is David's Ranch Jumbo. Now, as I said before, as far as this series goes, when it comes to David's products, the majority, their largest line is in the jumbo. So we're not really dealing with their regular seed line anymore. It's a more compact product line. The only upside that their regular size seeds have over the jumbos is, although they have less flavors, they do have more or wider ranging packaging options. They sell them in a variety of different packages. The jumbo basically come in this, except for the original jumbo, which does come in a pound bag as well. This bag is 5.25 net weight ounces. It's about 149 grams. So basically all straightforward. You have a Ziploc on the bag. It doesn't need to be engaged because it's a hanger bag, but this top seam, until you tear it off, is a sealed seam. So this one actually feels like it's engaged, but if it wasn't, not a big deal. All right, you do have a window down here, which you're probably not going to be able to make much sense of. Quick nutrition look, the net weight that I already said. Resealable, denoting that it has a Ziploc. And a hanger hole. This came out of a box, actually, so the hangers around me aren't actually hung. On the back, you have nutritional information we'll be going over in a minute, but I am going to open this first, keeping with the new directive. You have a short little sales story. You have more sales propaganda, basically. You have a barcode down the bottom. And then over there, going sideways up and down, is the Best By date, which in this case is June 24th, 2022. And okay, Davids, we had a package open the way it's supposed to. Not exactly straight enough for my OCD's liking, but it opened properly. So the Ziploc was engaged in there. Wow, the Ziploc is really engaged. Open. And that's what you're looking at. So it's a good amount of seeds. If I am sitting in front of my computer for 3 hours a night, this bag will last me about 2 nights. All right. The seeds themselves. Now, I bag pour definitely these ones because they are powder coated with whatever ranch mix they have going on. So they have a powdery feel to them, but I will take one out to give you a size comparison. That's what you're looking at compared to a thumbnail. All right. There's a good amount. There is not a lot of breakup in these bags. When you get to the bottom, on the ranch in particular, probably some of the other flavors too, but I'm not familiar with a lot of them. There is a powdery buildup. All right. On a bag pour like I do, you get a mouthful of ranch. And there will be some deshelled kernels in the mix at the bottom, somewhere between 6 and a dozen. Not a lot. Not a lot considering the shells and seeds inside the shells basically stay fairly intact with David's. There's no real problems there. It's not as if they are soaking them to a point where they're falling apart. That said, having used my opposite side because I bit my cheek earlier this week, I can use either, not a big deal. but I'm more comfortable over here, and now I'm having to hold over here. You always want to put the Ziplocs on. People are like, oh, there's seeds. They'll lack. No, they won't. Seeds will actually go, well, I don't know if stale is the word, but the seed version of stale. That is the seed itself. Once you get the shell open, the shell may start giving a little more play. It won't be as brittle. But the seed itself will become, I don't want to use the word chewy, but it'll have a different feel biting down on it. So the flavor is ranch. Important to note, I'm not a big ranch person. Okay, I'm not from Arizona or New Mexico. I don't dislike it, but I'm not putting ranch on my pizza. Let me put it that way. That said, I like this stuff a lot. There's a ranch flavor to it. It is not your Hidden Valley. It's not going to pop out. Oh, it's like Hidden Valley. No, it's not like that type of ranch. It is definitely ranch once you sit and think for a second. It rounds. There's a rounding effect to the salt, which is odd because, as I recently found out, this product has a higher sodium count than their original. I would have thought that this product had less salt. Evidently, it has more. So, there's a rounding effect. It's powdery in the mouth. I don't want to make it sound like comfort food because obviously this whole production here isn't, but it sort of gives that feel. It sort of gives a warm feel to it, and it rounds the salt. That sharp, salty edge, it sort of rounds that. The ranch itself is, as I said, it's not like downing a bottle of Hidden Valley ranch dressing by any means, but once you sit, usually the bag's going to sort of tip you off. But if you didn't see that, if you were like blind test tasting, you'd recognize it as ranch given a couple seconds. This is the problem with this type of review, opening the product early, which is what the directive is. I don't have time to do what I do with the product because I'm talking, and I can't do both at the same time. It's not like Dip where it's just sitting sort of off to the side by itself, So, they have a little story. I don't think I read it from the original. I will read it here. It all began in 1926 inside a small grocery store in Fresno, California, where David sunflower seeds were roasted and seasoned with quality ingredients. Almost 100 years later, we still craft our quality seeds with care. Why? Because the best things in life are often the simplest. But that 100 years later, crafting, fine quality crafting, is not happening in the back of a small grocery store in Fresno, California. It is now happening probably in an industrial warehouse manufacturing plant in Chicago, Illinois by, I don't know where I have it here, right there, Conagra Brands of Chicago, Illinois. The website is www.davidseeds.com. Now, going over, I will just be doing this, where it says 430. That is the nutritional information for the entirety of the bag. These are sitting in my cheek too long. All right. So the calories are 430. Total fat is 36 grams, which is 46% of your daily. Cholesterol is 0. Sodium is 6,700 milligrams, which is 291% of your daily. Completely doable. Total carbs is 11 grams, which is 4% of your daily. Of that 11 grams, 5 grams are dietary fibers, which is 18% of your daily. Protein is 16 grams. It also has calcium, 40 milligrams, 4% of your daily. 3.6 milligrams of iron, 20% of your daily. And 500 milligrams of potassium, which is 10% of your daily. All right, so what that is going, it's sort of in line with the original, the plain old original. The big difference is, at least looking at it, is the ingredients list, which is right there. All this right here under my finger. And the reason for that is on the original, the ingredients list was 3 things, which are basically encompassed on this, and then everything else listed thereafter is whatever they're putting together powder-wise for the ranch. The surprise of this is, to me, well, there's a couple things. There's more fat. There's a couple grams more fat. Let me see here. There's 1 gram, actually. There's only 1 gram more fat than the original. But the sodium, 6,700 milligrams. The original is only 6,360. So it's like 340 milligrams more for the ranch, which I find very surprising. And not so surprising, the protein on this product is a little bit down. Okay? It is 16 grams instead of 18. So all of those differences are fairly small. Although the ingredients list is greatly extended, it's all about whatever the ranch flavoring is. So that's not really a big deal. It's not like they're listing a never-ending thing of preservatives or anything like that. $1.69. That's what I'm paying in a local supermarket. I had no idea. I didn't think how disruptive this would be. So this is my go-to. Now, I do mix it up. I go between this as my standard, and I do barbecue in the jumbo every once in a while. And every greater once in a while, I do the original as well. I have tried a couple of the others. They're all getting reviewed. They're all sitting here. All right. What I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to do the barbecue next, which would be next Monday. But somewhere in between here and then, I'll probably do the reduced sodium, because I think people would be interested how reduced that is, which, although it is a lot reduced, there's still a lot of sodium in the product. Anyway, this has been my review of David's Ranch Jumbo in the 5.25 net weight ounce bag. In where I get it, it's a good deal. $1.69, 2 nights of sitting in front of a computer. That's a good deal in my book. Anyway, I do hope you all are well. Do take care of yourselves, and as always, God bless.